Listen, it's about that time of year, whether it's Christmas, a special occasion, a birthday, whatever. Wife, kids, friends, family in general. They don't know what that one weird fisherman in the family wants for their birthday, for a gift. What are you talking about? I'm a saltwater fisherman and I got a bunch of bass spinning lures last year, okay? This video is for all you gift givers, or maybe you're gifting yourself. Anyway, this is the top 5 gifts that you can give for fishermen. Now, I will make a top 5 stocking stuffer cheaper version of this video, but this is stuff that we actually want. Number 1 is a set of fillet knives. Now, most people have fillet knives. If you don't have fillet knives, I have another option, an electric fillet. But listen, everybody likes to bring home fish time to time. Seldom do I meet a fisherman that doesn't like to bring home their catch. You know, my best friend, he doesn't like eating fish, but he still brings home fish to his friends and family and to me as well sometimes. So he needs a set of fillet knives. Everybody's gonna want a nice set of fillet knives. Even if you're on the water, I use my fillet knife to quickly dispatch fish and all sorts of different stuff. And not every knife is sized or made, or they're all different. So a nice variety is absolutely ideal. And Cast King has a wonderful, affordable option with a nice array of knives. But if you know this person or you yourself already have fillet knives, upgrade to an electric fillet knife. Makes filleting much, much easier, especially those big rough fish like sheep's head, redfish. I always have a trouble, a nice electric fillet knife just slices right through it because it vibrates back and forth, makes your job much easier, lets the blade do the work. They're lightweight. It's got a good battery life with a 2 amp hour capacity, and a 1 hour charge time. And it's also made of high carbon stainless steel, and it's cordless. So this is a really good option that a lot of people might not treat themselves with, but it's one of those gifts that everybody would appreciate. Number 2, hear me out. When I say the words boat, don't click off the video. I'm not talking about a $50,000 skiff. I'm not talking about a $150,000 bass boat, baby. We're talking plastic tiny boats. Don't write this off yet. This entire channel is built around tiny boats. I have a 10-foot tiny pontoon boat called the Pond Prowler and a 12-foot plastic John boat. My Pond Prowler cost me $300 used. My John boat cost me $600 brand new. So even if your husband or whatever already has a super nice boat, this serves a completely different purpose. There's no maintenance, of course, no payments. It's practically free in the terms of a boat. There's no insurance. You will likely have to still register it as you would with most states if you put a trolling motor even on a kayak. They're super lightweight. They fit on the top of most cars and they fit in the bed of every truck. Now, the whole point is that you can load them quickly, no maintenance, no gas, no nothing. You throw a trolling motor on there and you head off to your favorite pond. You dump it out of the bed of your truck. You can launch anywhere. You can drag them. They're super light. 2 people can carry them. Extraordinarily easy to mod out, but they can still handle big water. I've caught some of my biggest fish ever in my plastic John boat. Both of these boats brand new or under $1,000 and could really knock the socks off of whatever fisherman you are buying for, because they might have asked for a couple lures. Maybe they asked for a $3,000 live scope. You say, I'm not going to buy you a $3,000 live scope, you daggum cheater. Just kidding. Just kidding. I have one. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, $600 gift is not that unreasonable. And to get an entire boat, pretty awesome. And these boats allow outboards. So if you have a gas outboard, if you want to put a gas outboard, you can hit 20 miles an hour on the John boat. They have a bow-mounted trolling motor bracket. You can throw they're fully capable fishing boats. They come with rod holders. They are awesome. Highly consider getting them a plastic boat. In our tiny boat community, a lot of people say, I have such nice boats. I've got a twin engine offshore boat, but it's so much work. The fuel is nuts and the maintenance is annoying. I just want to take out my little plastic John. All right, number 3 is the Canfish fishing camera. Now this I actually have in front of me here. It's a little fishing camera. Now I've got it tied to an egg sinker because I plan on taking it to a local pier down the street here in Florida. But basically what you do is you tie fishing line onto it, and it has these little fins so it kind of tracks straight in the water, and you can record either fish actively biting your lure. It's a little difficult to fish with, as you can imagine, but it's fun to experiment with. Or you can just tie it up with no hook like I have it on right now and just film spots, and you can see your fishing spots like never before. A lot of freshwater anglers, a lot of brackish areas up in here, and even dark mud bottoms around me. Sometimes you want to know your fishing spot at a greater detail. And we've got another product that's actually going to be a good companion to this, but sometimes you want to drop it below a pier, drop it below a bridge, drop it in your backyard pond. Just see what's going on in bodies of water, under the water in HD, has 180 degrees. It's really an awesome little device. This thing could be super useful for a lot of people. Even if you aren't a fisherman and you just want to film things underwater, this is a really good option. But what's cool is it's designed to be casted. So you can cast this a country mile and reel it all around and point it in different directions and film everything and look at the fish, look at the structure, look at everything. And they also have this that goes on it as well in case you want to treat it like a bobber. Have your bait and your lure sitting right here. It's sitting on the surface, and then they come hit it. And honestly, it's just a super cool device. We've got some fun content coming up with the Canfish here soon. In fact, maybe I might go use it today. It's a little bit windy today. That's why I'm not fishing. All right, number 4 is kind of similar but different. It's the iBobber Fish Finder. So it's a fishing bobber that everybody knows what it is, except it's a fish finder and a depth finder. Now, listen, I don't fish from the bank often, but if I did, I would have to have this. In fact, I went bait fishing the other day, showed up to a new body of water. It was a dark mud bottom. I had no idea how deep it was, and that makes a huge difference for me, at least personally, on what I throw. So let's say you're fishing a pier, you're fishing a bridge, you're fishing a dock or whatever. Not only can you cast that bobber out there, yeah, I think you can even bait it up. You can catch fish on it, but you can mark fish like a fish finder anywhere from land. But for me, I like to see the bottom structure and the depth, the water depth. That's huge for me. But you can also mark fish if they happen to swim under your iBobber fish finder cone. I just think it's super cool because all my boats, all my kayaks, all the boats I go on, they all have fish finders. And as soon as I'm sitting on land, I feel like I'm missing vital information to really help me get on fish. Not so much if I'm just standing from the bank, but mostly if I'm at a bridge, if I'm at a pier, if I'm on a dock, if I'm anywhere that seems relatively deep but I can't have any visibility, I want to know what's going on there if I want to seriously fish it and decide if it's a fishable spot or what's down there, if there's any structure, or even to see if there's fish down there. Now, of course, you're not going to record them in 1080 HD like this device, but you will mark them and catch them. So the iBobber Fish Finder is basically a portable graph for land-based fishermen, and it's the best thing, the closest thing to a fish finder they're ever gonna get. Super cool device. There's lots of different content about it on the internet and on YouTube here, and they're really cool. I personally don't have one. I don't fish from the bank. I've got, all sorts of different boats and kayaks, and they're all full of electronics, so it's not something that I would personally use. So unfortunately, I don't have one to show you, but I think it is really cool, and I might just still get one because every once in a while, I do fish from the bank. Number 5 is a real fish finder, and that is the Garmin Striker 4. Now, fish finders, listen, I have a $3,500 fish finder, I have a $1,500 fish finder, and I have the Garmin Striker 4, $100, a $99 on sale. Right now it's $113. I just checked, but it's the cheapest, most functional fish finder on the market, and it goes anywhere. You could put it in a quad engine offshore boat, but you're probably going to have something a little nicer. You can put it in john boats, kayaks, canoes. I've even seen people put them on four-wheelers so they can track because it has mapping functions and they can track their speed and their directions. There's a wide range of uses for this fish finder, but no matter the kayak, no matter the tiny boat, even if it's one of these tiny plastic john boats or it's a big old bass boat, if they do not or you do not have any sort of fish finder, this is an essential piece of equipment. Even if you don't like to fish, it's just perfect for any watercraft because it is packed with features. It shows you the water depth, the bottom structure. Of course, it marks fish. It shows you your speed, your active voltage, so if you know anything funny is going on. It has limited map functions. It has a compass. It shows you the water temperature. It is absolutely packed. And it has chirp technology and ultra scroll, meaning it's the closest thing to real-time data that you can basically possibly get. Chirp technology with ultra scroll makes it really clear and really fast information, and for $100, I absolutely love it. I've had it for about a year now. Listen, like I said, I've got a $3,500 live scope, $1,500 Echo Map, a separate device. I love my $100 Garmin Striker 4. It works, it's clear, and it's super portable, easy to use. I can plug it right into my trolling motor battery. I don't need a separate battery for it like my other high-powered electronics. Huge fan, highly recommend it. Definitely check out the Garmin Striker 4. In fact, I was not a fish finder guy. I just went out and I flats fished. This was before I started bottom fishing and branching out when I bought a kayak charter, but I had nothing. And someone gifted this to me, and it changed my life, and now I own over $5,000 in electronics, okay? So it's absolutely a game changer. I love this device so much, and I think it is the best bang for your buck when it comes to a fish finder, period. Anyway, let's talk about the bonus gift I promised you in the beginning of the video. That's going to be a GoPro. Now, I have the GoPro Hero 11. Okay, listen, I'm kind of a cheap dude. Listen, I like to get the last year or the year before that. So right now there is a 13 out and I have the GoPro Hero 11. So get last year's model, save you probably $100, or you can get a brand new GoPro if you want. But what's really cool about this right here is a chest mount. So this just attaches to my chest. It kind of wears it like a tank top. I hit record and I can fish, and it's extraordinarily good quality. It has 4K, which is 4 times your local news station's quality, 4 times, and it has 60 FPS. Point being, if that's all mumbo jumbo to you, it has incredible picture quality. I mean, remarkable picture quality. My entire channel is filmed, multiple channels is filmed on this little 2-year-old GoPro. And you can hands-free fish so they can enjoy reeling in their catches if they talk about this big monster fish that they caught or lost or this interaction or this experience, but they didn't have a camera. Well, they can't share it with everybody. Or they have attachments that go right onto your head or your hat. They have attachments that fix onto your boat. This is extremely versatile. It's extremely light. It mounts anywhere on your body or your boat. And honestly, it is such an essential feature for people, all the people that I know that don't have YouTube channels, they still have GoPros rolling so they can, once in a lifetime fish. You're going to want that memory. Get them a GoPro. They're absolutely going to love it. If they put it on their chest, they hit record, they don't even think about it, they're ripping fish, they go back, they look at it on their phone, no computer required. It connects right to your iPhone or Android or whatever device you're using, your iPad, and you can watch your memories back. It is such an awesome device, and I cannot recommend the GoPro enough. Anyway, all of this is linked in the description below for your convenience. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next video.